Good morning, National Dayers! It's Mrs. Erickson. Today is Monday, February 27th. It is the 58th day of the year. There are 307 days left. Happy International Polar Bear Day.
Every year on February 27th, International Polar Bear Day raises awareness for the issues that polar bears face. It's also a day to find ways to reduce our carbon footprint as a way to minimize the effects of global climate change. The International Union for Conservation of Nature has deemed the polar bear a vulnerable species. Sea ice loss due to climate change is the biggest threat to this animal's survival. Currently, there are an estimated 26,000 polar bears in the world. They live in 19 different populations across the Arctic. About 60% of these populations are within or shared by Canada. Polar bears are also found in Alaska, Norway, Greenland, and Russia. Due to living in such remote locations, polar bears are difficult to study. It is known that the number of polar bears throughout the world is not increasing. If sea ice continues to disappear, some believe polar bears could become extinct between 2050 and 2100. The disappearance of seals could also affect the polar bear population. This is due to the fact that seals, which also depend upon the ice, are the main food source for polar bears. Polar Bear International created International Polar Bear Day in 2011. Part of their goal was to protect denning polar bear families across the Arctic. For this reason, PBI chose February 27th as it coincides with the time period that polar bear moms and baby bears are snuggling in their dens. Today is also National Pokemon Day, National Protein Day, National Strawberry Day, and Retro Day. All right, National Dayers, today we're going to make a polar bear, of course. Gather the following supplies. You'll need 2 pieces of white cardstock, one that's about 5 inches square and one that's 3 inches by 5 inches as a rectangle. And then you'll just need a little bit of scrap. And then 2 1-inch strips of paper, glue, scissors, a marker, googly eyes, and a pom-pom. All right, let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to do is you are going to do an accordion fold. We've done that numerous times in our crafts lately, but if you can't remember how, you can always go back and look at National Penguin Day. That's a good way to learn how to do it. Next, you're going to draw a half a circle on your 5-inch square, and then on the rectangle, you're going to draw a smaller half circle, and then another half circle inside that. And then you want to cut all of those out. Out of your scrap, you want to cut out a small circle, that's going to be the polar bear's head, and cut some ears out. Obviously, those are going to be ears. And then we're going to put it together. So now you want to glue the eyes onto the circle and draw a polar bear nose and mouth. Glue the pom-pom onto the top of the large half circle and glue the ears onto the head. Then you want to glue the head onto the smaller half circle, and then glue the accordion that you made to the back of the head. Lining up the bottom of the 2 half circles, you want to glue the accordion to the large half circle, draw some paws, and you've got yourself a polar bear. Just take care of them, they're endangered.
All right, National Dayers. This cat, I'm telling you, I am so lucky that he loves me this much. Our cute polar bear, our even cuter polar bear. Keep smiling, National Dayers. Have a marvelous Monday. Go to the library, read a little bit about polar bears, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
It's time for super spectacular shout-outs. Shoutouts today start us off with Mrs. Powers, Mrs. H, Miss Betsy, and Miss Christy, and everyone in the life skills class at Napanee Elementary School in Napanee, Indiana. Next up is Mrs. K, Miss Kristen, and Miss Tammy, and everyone in the high school transition age autistic support program at Soaring Heights School in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The third shout out today goes out to Mrs. Kassler, Ms. Fairbrother, and Mrs. Malawicki, and everyone in the 6th grade supported learning program at Stokes Elementary School in Rome, New York.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. I hope you loved your shout out. Teachers, if you'd like to get your class a shout out, just complete the Google form. The link can be found below this video in the description. And here it is, our updated super spectacular shout out map.